As this one gets underway, what's the game plan here for the Rockets?
What I'm focusing in on is the improvement of Andrew Wiggins. His ability to make three-point shots and space the floor is imperative. That improvement has to happen for them to win it.
Howard, the jumper, hits for two. He's averaging 15 points per game this season. It's been a rough couple of years for the T-Wolves, Jeff, but they've got some fine young talent, including Andrew Wiggins, who at times last year showed why he deserved Rookie of the Year.
Absolutely. In the trade for Kevin Love, they nabbed Andrew Wiggins, and he had a spectacular first year for the Timberwolves. His strength and athleticism in transition was a sight to behold, and they're going to be building around Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns.
Beverly moves into the front court. Howard, oh, he got hit, and they call it. Draws the foul called against Garnett. And Dwight Howard will go to the line. He's shooting 52% from the line on the season.
Smart basketball, preventing an easy score and putting a poor free throw shooter to the free throw line.
Oh, he misses the second free throw. He goes 1 for 2. To the rim. Can't hit.
Hey, you got to finish strong on those shots. You're right at the basket. You got to put the ball in the hole.
Howard's trying to get down low. Beverly from way downtown. Can't convert on his first shot of the night.
If I was a wing player or a running big man, I would tell my agent, get me to Minnesota as quickly as possible. Because who wouldn't want to play with Ricky Rubio? He's as an unselfish of a player as we've had come in our league in a long time. He is such a gifted passer.
Howard shot from behind the arc. Won't go.
You need ego in this league to be a good player. But you can't have an ego that is outsized of what your role should be. Right here, ego got in the way of him being a good player by making him take a shot that is not his shot or in his spot.
Certainly not the player he used to be, but having Kevin Garnett in the locker room, on the practice floor with all this young talent, that's going to be a big bonus for Minnesota, Jeff.
Kevin Garnett has often and always been lauded by his coaches as one of the best, if not the best practice player they have ever seen. You were going to feel the Kevin Garnett impact on the Minnesota Timberwolves this season.
Throws. Oh, gorgeous alley-oop feed. And Kevin McHale calls a timeout here. Still very early in the first.
The team needs to refocus. The coach has to do it at a timeout. He can't get it done on the fly on the floor.
Harden against Wiggins. To the rim. It's good. A two-pointer.
You need guys who can make shots under duress and pressure. That was a well-defended possession, but that man stuck it even against the best defense.
Jeff, this kid Wiggins won Rookie of the Year last year. What's the next step for him?
I think it's to become a perennial all-star, Mike. Can he be the best player on a playoff team in the Western Conference? And the answer is, talent-wise, yes. I think the sky is the limit for Andrew Wiggins because he is a special, special talent.
Nice move into the paint. Puts it up and drops it in.
Sometimes the simplest plays are the hardest ones to execute. Good layup.
Three-pointer. Won't go. That pass picked off by Prince. Tries it again. Gets that one to drop.
4-2. The assist from number 9.
And he curls in. Beverly jump shot. Rebound snatched by Anthony Towns. He's got 6 rebounds in this matchup. That's a three-pointer. The defense nowhere near him. Howard bringing it up. Jeff, remember when James Harden was this great 6-man with OKC? Now he's one of the premier players in the league. Did you see this coming?
Well, Mike, you know, when we were doing the finals, when they played against Miami, he was one of my favorite players. But it would be reckless for me to think that he could go from being such a great 6-man to clearly one of the top 5 players in this league. He has made it.
It's good, and the foul. Block called against Anthony Towns. And Dwight Howard will go. Point play.
Terrific concentration to finish the shot and now shoot a free throw.
Off the mark on his free throw. Falling away, puts it up. Misses the shot. Tries the reverse layup. And James Harden with a nice shot for 2.
You want to keep attacking the basket and get layups around the rim. That's how you score consistently.
One of the fun parts about watching Rubio, Jeff, he seems to take such joy in playing, such joy in finding the open teammate.
And when a player plays with that level of joy to try to help others be successful, it follows that the team is going to have great offensive chemistry. And his team does, because he sets the tone with his passing, and then it becomes contagious. If Rubio's always going to make the extra pass, so too will his teammates.
Oh, he beats the defender. He shoots, nails it. That's a 2-pointer, and it's a 4-point lead for Minnesota. Minnesota's leading Houston by a score of 17-13. There's the whistle. Nice job drawing the foul. And Dwight Howard will go to the line. He's 1 for 3 from the line tonight.
Hey, you can't allow easy baskets. You've got to foul these bad free throw shooters, put them to the line, and see if they can earn their points at the charity stripe.
So he hits the first and misses the second.
Jeff, Rocket fans want to know, could this be their year? When you have Dwight Howard and James Harden, anything is possible.
It is. Listen, they are a dynamic offensive team. They are hard to guard. Their improvement and their chance to win a championship will be tied directly to their defensive improvement.
Ariza against Prince. Howard the jumper. Can't get it to go.
That's not your game. You are not a shooter at that range. You've got to give the ball up and get it to someone who's more offensively capable than you are.
Minnesota's leading Houston by a score of 19-14. Harden against Wiggins. Harden from downtown. Prince the rebound.
We're seeing a lot of action around the basket. Full body blockouts, up in the air for rebound battles. This is terrific basketball.
Able to hit.
Look, you can't give up layups like that. You got to protect the basket and the paint at all costs.
Jeff, we know James Harden is a great scorer, but he's a terrific playmaker, too.
Well, he is really their point guard. He's the de facto point guard. The ball is all...
Oh, the onslaught continues. Jeff, this team is desperate for a timeout, right?
Mike, I don't like to second guess, but I'm surprised they haven't called a timeout right here. I know some coaches like to let their players play through the swings of the game, but right here, a timeout is warranted.
It looks like some substitutions going to be made now for the team. So many.
Fires away for the win. 4 quarters complete and still tied up, so we go to overtime. Stay with us for more NBA. And overtime begins. Fires away. His jump shot won't go. Gets a good look. Knocks it down. A 2-pointer. 2-point lead for the Lakers. Vucevic for another attempt. No good.
That's just way too quick right there. You can work the defense to get a better quality shot. Any coach would tell you shot selection is critical to winning basketball.
Slams it down.
Oh, that's a sweet finish right there. Dunking the ball with strength and force.
A long 3-pointer. Vucevic is unable to hit from downtown.
This has been a struggle. Neither squad has been effective from long distance here early in the game.
Los Angeles is leading Orlando by a score of 105-99. Vucevic for 3 with another shot. The Magic with control on the rebound. Vucevic. World Peace the rebound. The future is now for this collection. Of impressive young talent. Here's your chance now to see the next wave of great young players before they become NBA stars. Welcome to the Adidas Rookie Showcase. Calling Stein for two. tonight's game. And the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, as this game gets underway, what is the key to success for Indiana here tonight?
Mike Conley, without question, is the most important player the Memphis Grizzlies have. Most of the notoriety goes to Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol, and rightfully so. Terrific players. But Conley is the engine that drives the Grizzlies. Offensively, when he's aggressive, turning the corner, pushing the ball, and making the three, then they can overcome some inherent weaknesses in their roster.
The Pacers coming off a tough loss in their previous game against Toronto. Jeff, what turned your stomach the most?
That looked like practice out there. There was no hand in their face. There was no contest. There was no running them off the three-point line and making them put it on the ground and try to drive it into the teeth of the defense. This was just poor defensive effort and mentality. A really disappointing loss.
2 points. The assist from number 11.
You know, Ellis, Jeff, one of those guys that you like from the standpoint of, you know, he's going to be out there and play every night. 2 times he's led the NBA in minutes per game.
Yeah, and that's not easy, Mike. To average over 40 minutes a game, that's hard to do. Now, sometimes that comes with taking some possessions off defensively.
Fantastic foul. What a putback.
Oh, that's nice right there. The finish at the rim with the nice dunk.
Adjusting in the air. The layup, no good.
Getting the ball to the rim is so important to winning basketball. Great offense, great look. Just couldn't knock it in.
George from downtown. The off-balanced attempt. Randolph the rebound.
He's averaging 7 rebounds per game this season.
And Indiana's called for their first team foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Conley on the drive. What a rejection. And goes out of bounds.
You know, Randolph has always been a good player with the Portland Trail Blazers, with the Knicks, with the Clippers, but he really became a star 2 times to the All-Star team with the Grizzlies.
He found a home there. He found a fan base that appreciated his style. That grit and grind style that has typified Zach Randolph's individual game has fit perfectly into the Memphis Grizzlies culture.
Barnes fires away. Off the mark. For 3 with the off-balance shot. Turner's long-range jumper won't go. Conley on the drive.
Jeff, we have a league full of terrific point guards. Sometimes Mike Conley doesn't get the credit he deserves.
He would be an all-star point guard in the Eastern Conference, Mike. You could make the case Conley is the Grizzlies MVP because he sets a tone offensively with unselfishness and defense with intensity.
And Monte Ellis with the nice play, sinking the 3. He scored 15 points. It's in their previous game against the Toronto Raptors.
Boy, there were a lot of people that were trying to sign Marc Gasol this past offseason. But obviously, Jeff, nobody had a shot. He was going back to Memphis.
Absolutely. Big Spain made it clear to every other team and to the Memphis Grizzlies that he would be back with them. It's home for him. He came there when his older brother Pau played there. He went to high school there. I think he's going to play his whole career in the NBA with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, man, what a shot from long distance. Lots of room there. Not able to hit from downtown.
If Roberto Duran was here, he'd be shouting, "No mas, no mas."
They continue to get pummeled with the three ball from behind the line here in the first half.
Nice job drawing the foul. It's called against Gasol. And he'll head to the line to shoot two.
George Hill to the line for two.
When George Hill played in San Antonio, Greg Popovich raved about it. Now that he's in Indiana, Frank Vogel raves about it. He's the type of winner that every team searches for, and when they find, they're very fortunate to do.
And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one.
Marc Gasol, Jeff, is one of a number of centers who really passed the ball very well. He's just like his brother.
Yeah, whatever they were taught back in Spain on passing ability should be passed along to all of our American-born players, because these two guys have great vision and pass the ball as well out of the low post as they do out of the high post. And Marc Gasol takes a backseat to no one when it comes to the great passing big men that we have in our game.
Jeff Conley's never on the list of the top point guards in the league. He really is a terrific two-way player.
He is, Mike. To be known at the best position in basketball as a starting point guard on a playoff team, you've got to be a special player. Mike Conley is. I always refer back to his level of incremental improvement from his first season until now. It's been slow and steady, but this guy changes games at both ends of the floor.
Oh, he knocks it in from three-quarters court. To the basket, not able to score.
Neither of these teams has been able to establish any type of offensive rhythm. There's just too many missed shots to be able to create the momentum you need to sustain to win big in this league.
Ellis jumper hits the three. A huge shot from downtown. Monte Ellis with 6 points.
Sweet stroke on that shot, Mike. It looked good as soon as it left his hand.
Gets to the rim. No good on the layup attempt.
Driving the ball into the paint is the most important offensive tool in the game. He had a great look. He just missed it.
To the basket, flips it up and in.
That's just a nice layup right there.
Conley in possession. Allen against Ellis in the paint. Unable to bring it home.
Hey, you got to Finish strong on those shots. You're right at the basket. You got to put the ball in the hole.
The Pacers with the offensive rebound for a new 24.
And once again, when the ball is up in the air, they're the ones coming down with it. This is the kind of effort that it's great to see.
Sloppy ball handling. Reaches in, taken away by George. Goes to the goal. And the defense gives up another easy basket. Jeff, they need a timeout, right?
This gets you fired, Mike. You don't take control of a game and use your timeouts properly. Your general manager is sitting up there and is going to evaluate whether you have it in you to lead a team to win a championship.
And he draws the foul. And Michael Conley will go to the line. He's shooting 83% from the line this season.
It's hard to score in this league, but you have a better chance if you're a great free throw shooter to do it at the free throw line. This is good basketball right here. Be aggressive, take the contact, and get to the free throw line.
From deep in the corner, and the rebound grabbed by Gasol. He's averaging 6 boards per game this season.
We're seeing a lot of action around the basket. Full body blockouts, up in the air for rebound battles. This is terrific basketball.
Team foul number 4. Indiana Pacers are at the limit.
Oh, he telegraphed that pass. A bad decision. Jeff, 2 years ago, the Pacers were in the conference finals. The Pacers were in talk of a possible championship contender. Where are they now?
Again, hard to decide, Mike. Larry Bird made a huge jump and leap of faith in the offseason to disband what had been good for the Pacers, playing slower, more methodical, defensive-oriented. This is a vastly different team with a vastly different style, and we'll see if they get the results they're hoping for.
Off balance, he puts it up from downtown. Conley the rebound.
You got to learn to win in different ways. Sometimes all your shots are going in and the rebound totals are down. Here tonight, the ball isn't going in, so you've got to win the battle of the boards.
The Pacers with the offensive rebound to keep it alive. He puts it up. That's good.
4-2.
And the pass intercepted by Hill. The 2 defenders swarm, and Paul George with a nice play.
That's nice body control right there on that layup. Good finish.
Gets past the defense. Nice. Puts it in. The Grizzlies down by 6.
Sometimes the simplest plays are the hardest ones to execute. Good layup.
Goes for the 3-pointers. And Paul George with the play from way downtown. He scored 4 3-pointers in their previous game against the Toronto Raptors. Conley the jumper. The Grizzlies with the offensive rebound for another possession.
Gang rebounding is how you establish a rebounding tone to your team, a toughness to your team. They've established that very well in the first half.
Conley for 2, puts it up, and the rebound taken by George. He's averaging 6 boards per game this season. Strong. Rebound by Allen.
When you see how many rebounds these teams have already combined for, the story about this game is rebounding. But the real story is neither team can make a shot. That's why the rebounding numbers are so high.
Carter's looking to operate from down low. Inside, gets it to go. And Marc Gasol with 8 points here in the first.
Last couple of years, Jeff, Gasol has made himself into one of the premier centers in the NBA.
Think about it. 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. We know about his passing ability from the high post. He can make that 17-footer. And then if you put a smaller guy on him and you try to put the bigger guy on Zach Randolph, he'll absolutely punish the smaller defender in the low post with his overwhelming strength.
George Byers able to put it in. The Pacers up by 3. Coach wants to talk here, calls a full timeout.
All right, what kind of strategy might be in play here?
Listen, sometimes a full timeout is used just to try to get your best players some rest. You may not have any technical adjustments. You may not have any set plays you want to go to, but it's just to get your team some rest so you don't have to substitute. Sometimes those bench players stink and you don't want to use them. You don't want to use them. So you just want to get your best players some rest.
Gets in the paint. Shot blocked by Lawson. Stuckey jump shot. The Pacers with the offense. Of rebound for a second chance opportunity. Into the paint for the layup. That's good for 2.
2 points.
Buzzer sounds. That ends the first quarter. Indiana's up by. Pretty solid basketball here in the first quarter. It's been kind of a feeling out process for both sides.
Both sides have done a great job, Mike, establishing their own individual games. Good start for both squads.
At the rim, knocks it down. 5-point lead for Indiana.
You need guys who can make shots under duress and pressure. That was a well-defended possession, but that man stuck it even against the best defense.
And we have a foul called against Stuckey. That'll be his first. And he hits the first free throw. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Hill's looking to do damage in the paint. Turner for 2. The Pacers with control on the rebound.
And they've been coming up with the ball consistently when it's coming off the backboard. They've done a great job on the boards early in this game.
Stevenson on the drive. Can't knock it down.
Hey, that's a good look right there. Just couldn't get it in.
Stevenson against Stuckey to the rim. Hill the rebound.
He's averaging 6 boards per game this season.
Hill's unable to hit the 3. Gets past the defender. Quick move to get inside. Hits the shot. And Lance Stevenson with 5 points.
You want to keep attacking the basket and get layups around the rim. That's how you score consistently.
Lawson fires yet another 3-pointer. Lawson shot from downtown won't go. 3-point attempt. No go from beyond the arc.
Please wake me up when this game is over. I am dying here right now with this poor display of offensive basketball.
Number 1, Lance Stevenson.
Lawson won't go for 3. To the rim, knocks down the shot, and Lance Stevenson with 7 points. Lawson jump shot. Won't go.
Well, if you don't like scoring, this is the game for you. If you love defense, this is the one, because both teams are really struggling to put the ball in the basket.
Ball knocked out of his hands, stolen by Lawson. Reverses, and Jordan Hill with the bucket.
Look, you can't give up layups like that. You got to protect the basket and the paint at all costs.
Stevenson on the drive. Strong finish at the rim.